everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have what I thought was going to be my last L3 haul ever, but is obviously not, because I'm sure everyone has heard by now that L3 is not closing. So I have a ready to ship and a, what is this? The pre-order extras. I don't actually remember which is which. I don't remember like which is the ready to ship and which is the pre-order extras. And I knew I wanted to combine it because neither of the orders independently are particularly, oh my gosh, sorry about that, guys. Mari. Neither of the, I guess you guys can watch her while you hear me talk. Neither of the orders are particularly large independently, so I'm just gonna combine it. I'll leave the samples to the end. There are going to be 6 samples, and let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to just do it by like size and wax form as opposed to what I got from each order. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, before we get started, I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on, oh my gosh, she's literally making herself comfortable here. What are your, ow, oh my gosh. What are your thoughts on L3 closing? Or sorry, not closing. I think overall I am definitely happy that they're not closing because L3 is one of my top vendors. I'm pretty sure they were, actually they weren't the very first vendor I ordered from because I purchased locally while I was in Arizona at the time, but they were one of my very first vendors, and L3 for me is just a no frills vendor that is dependable, affordable in terms of the wax world, and just good quality and customer service. And not to mention, like, I think they may have probably the best wax formula, one of the best. I think L3 and Swanky have really good consistency of their wax, in terms of like not needing to microwave to chop it. So all that to say, I'm overall very happy that L3 is not closing. That being said, I did purchase way more L3 in the last few months than I ever would have had they not been closing. And that's fine. I'm happy to have it. It's just I have so many loaves and scoops now that, I just hope that, I can get through it in a reasonable amount of time. And you can argue that, like, even if they were closing, I should have kept my purchases to a minimum that I think I could have gotten through in a reasonable amount of time. And again, I didn't actually go too crazy. I just, for my home and my space, I just have more loaves than I need. I know that like some people get through loaves very quickly because they have very huge homes and lots of warmers. I have one Sensia cord that I usually have on most of the day, and I turn it off at night. And then I have one warmer in my bedroom. So that's a total of like 4 pieces of wax that I need at any one time, right? It's the equivalent of like 4 warmers, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that was just a whole, I took the opportunity to vent a little bit since Mari is entertaining visually. She has a little cut over her eye because she scratched herself, and she won't let me cut her nails, so there's that. Okay, Mari, I think you're gonna have to move now. She'll just move on her own. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So let's start let's go with smallest to biggest. So the first thing I have here is Fizzy Soda Lemon Custard. This is supposed to be, this is someone's custom, I think. It's supposed to be a dupe of Super Tart's Fizzy Lifting Drink, which I do have, but I don't think I've ever melted it yet. I picked up a small clam in her last, not her last ready to ship, but one of the past ready to ships in the last few months. And this is really good. It is so summery though. I'm honestly probably just gonna save this for next summer. And I've got this Trig Tart in caramel apple, zucchini bread, cream cheese frosting, sugar cookie royale. I think I just got this because I love caramel apple scents in general, and I was just in a really fall mood when I was placing these orders. So I figured a Trig Tart would be nice. And this is good. It's not my favorite caramel apple scent though. And I did, like when I first opened the bag, I really got the zucchini bread. But now I'm actually not getting it too much. So, I mean, it's just like a really quote unquote basic sort of fall blend. Next up, I have got Cotton Candy Palo Santo, which I've not had. I've heard so much about. Oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. This is very cotton candy heavy. And there's just this like dry smokiness at the end that is the Palo Santo. This is so good. I'm really happy that I was able to snag a bag of that. Then I got, let's see here, Sweet 16. So this scent is so good. It is perfect for any girl's Sweet 16. Very heavy, creamy bakery cake. This was on like my L3 master list of things I was interested in. When I heard she was closing, I made a list on my phone of scents I'd love to try before she closes if I can snag them. And this was one of them. And I was curious if this was going to be like a strawberry frosting kind of a cake note. But I actually don't think it is. I think it's just like a dense bakery. It's good. It's good. Did I need it considering how much like bakery I've purchased? Probably not. No. I mean, did I need any of this? Come on. No. All right. Next, we've got oatmeal maple crunch sweet lavender. I actually got this in one of her scent shot samplers. And I haven't melted it yet, but I really liked it on cold. This one is very heavy on the lavender, and I don't remember it being so lavender heavy. Like I got that oatmeal maple crunch way more when I smelled it in the scent shot sample is what I mean. But I'm really only getting her lavender, and her sweet lavender is not sweet lavender. It's an herbal lavender, and I love that because I do not like sweet lavender. Okay, and then let's do some scoops here. So firstly, I've got spiced oat milk. I think this is just a single scent oil. Oh, my cap did chip a little bit. And this is good. It's like a creamy, frothy milk with like a hint of nutmeg is what I'm getting. It's good. I think that one will be really good on warm. I've had it in blends. I've never had it on its own. Next up is Pyramid Head. I've had this before in a small size many years ago. This is toasty warm bonfire, hay bales, and pine trees. And I remember really liking it. And it was on my list to purchase if I can. And this is so good. If you love like earthy, slightly tree. Yeah, slightly tree. It's not a heavy tree, I don't think. If you like those kind of earthy tree scents, there's also this just like sweetness that I think is from the, maybe the toasty, no, maybe from the hay bales actually. There's almost like a body care sweetness to this. I really like it, and it's really good on warm. And then the last scoop is Grassy Pants. I believe this was a custom that Ashley Overly did. This is strawberry, fresh cut grass, sweet lavender, and watermelon. I love fresh cut grass scents, so this was what I knew I wanted to try. And yeah, this is, I get that watermelon first. It's like a very sticky, sweet watermelon hard candy. And then I get the grass. It's good, but you do need to like that kind of candied watermelon scent, which I think I'm just like over summer scents, so I'm gonna just save that for next year. Next up are Bitty Betty loaves. So the first one is pretzel strawberry. I think Steph the Scented Gemini was raving about strawberry pretzel, and so I knew I needed to try this. And I think I actually have another like basic Betty loaf. And this is good, but it's her fresh picked strawberry scent oil, I'm pretty sure. And honestly, I'm not getting much pretzel. I'm really just getting fresh picked strawberries. So I'm really hoping that the pretzel will come out on warm. You guys, I did not used to like pretzel, and now all of a sudden I do. And so that's why I wanted to give that a try. Next up is cherry zucchini bread. I absolutely love cherry scents. I don't love zucchini, but if it's combined well, I don't mind it. And I thought the zucchini bread would like really nicely kind of cut the cherry. Honestly, all I'm getting is cherry in this. I'm not getting any zucchini bread. But again, I think on warm, and maybe after this cures a bit, this will be better. And then the last Bitty Betty loaf is vanilla balsam spiced oat milk, which this was, who was talking about this? Stephanie Taverna, I think is her name. I love her videos. I mean, I love everyone's videos that I just mentioned. I just realized I think I mentioned like all the Stephanies, but this is so good. She was so right about this. I'm honestly mostly just getting the vanilla balsam, but I am getting this like that frothiness that was in the spiced oat milk. And maybe like the nutmeg spice vibe will come out more on warm. Okay, and then last but not least, I've just got my basic Betty loaves, which I thought this was these were 2 small orders, but somehow I have 8 loaves here, guys. What the heck? Let's just get through this. So the first one, this is one of my all-time favorite scents, probably actually my absolute favorite scent from L3. It's On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. I already have multiple forms of this. I think I have a scoop, I have some fluted tarts, and maybe like one other small shape. And so when I saw this in a loaf, I was like, okay, I just need to have a backup loaf. This is my absolute favorite rendition of Today is October 3rd. So it's her pink frosted animal cookies plus Today is October 3rd. It's basically Today is October 3rd, but sweeter. It's phenomenal. Like, I don't really know anyone that doesn't like Today is October 3rd, but if you find that Today October 3rd is too smoky for you, try this one. It's really, really good. Next up is Adipose, vanilla wafers, Rice Krispie treats, banana cream pie, whole vanilla beans. I'm a huge banana fan. I've picked up quite a few banana blends from L3 over the last few months, and so I had been eyeing this for like a few orders, but I was like, you know what, I have banana. And then when it was available in the last, like, ready to ship or whatever this order was, I was like, all right, it's a sign, I'm just gonna get it. And this is really, really good. I don't get Laffy Taffy banana in this at all. I think all the vanilla scents in this really just create a beautiful, creamy banana pudding-like scent. And this might actually be my favorite banana so far that I have from Elfree. And I've purchased, again, quite a few over the last few months. Next up is Predator. I love this color. It's a beautiful olive green. This is Leaves, Palo Santo, and Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. I don't think I've ever actually tried this scent, but Natalie really loves it, and it just sounds so quintessential fall that I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get a loaf. And that's exactly what this is. First and foremost, the leaves hits you in the face, but then you get like the sweetness from the pumpkin pecan waffles. I don't think I'm distinctly getting the Palo Santo. It's kind of being overshadowed by the leaves right now, but this is just like a beautiful, beautiful fall blend. Next up is Salted Caramel Buttery Gingerbread Sugar Cookie Royale. I have also recently learned that I love salted caramel blends. They warm beautifully. Like on cold they're good, but on warm, the salted caramel note is just like so delicious and ooey gooey and warm. And that's exactly what this is. I get that like salted, the warmth of the salted caramel. And then I get like the gingerbread spices. This is really, really good. And I think it's gonna be even more phenomenal on warm. And that just like made me so hungry. Next up is Strawberry Pretzel. So this was the loaf. I don't know why it's reversed. It says pretzel strawberry one and then on one and then strawberry pretzel on another. Then we've got cookies with the clauses, Cafe C, pumpkin pecan waffles. I don't like coffee scents, but I just fell into the hype of Cafe Cubano, which I have had before. Actually, I had Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk like a few years ago, and I actually enjoyed it, but I did like coffee then, and I don't love coffee anymore, so I was a little bit worried about this, but obviously not worried enough because I got a loaf. And this is good. It's a very sweet coffee. Like, I barely get the coffee. So I think this is gonna be good. I get mostly the pumpkin pecan waffles, and it's really good. Her pumpkin pecan waffles is it my favorite? It's probably my favorite. Other vendors, it can come off a little bit too, like, it almost comes off like zucchini bread to me, like the Teddy B's Witches Be Crazy. I almost get like a corn chip note in that one, but I know that's like a cult favorite. Next up is Hagrid's Hut. This is Earl Grey tea, moss, cedar, and saffron. This is one I've always wanted to try. Ideally, it wouldn't have been in a loaf because I don't think I would need large quantities of this, but again, at the time I thought she was closing and this was the only size it was being offered in. And this smells like it's gonna be so strong. It's a very like cozy cologne kind of a scent, to be honest. I think, you know who's gonna love this? My dad. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you guys the scent notes. My dad is gonna love this because he often buys fragrances and fragrance oils for himself that smell exactly like this. I think it's the saffron in it that is making me think of my dad. So I might just melt this in my parents' space mostly, but I will definitely give this a try. And I might try mixing that with something. That's like, not to tone it down, but just to like smooth it out a little bit. I don't know. All right. And last but not least is Night at the Carnival. This is kettle corn, cupcakes at Tiffany's, vanilla butter fudge, and zucchini bread. I love this blend. I actually melted this last night in scoop form, and my whole house smelled like kettle corn, and it was amazing. So I'm really glad I have a loaf of this. The kettle corn is most dominant in this, I think, but you do get the cupcakes at Tiffany's and vanilla butter fudge on warm. It's just like sweetens it out. Gosh, I made a huge stack here. Let me zoom out a smidge. Okay, and then, oh, I got a silver spatula. And then let's do the samples, which I'm just going to run through. Okay, so we got 6 samples here. First up is coffee, chocolate, lavender, and books. That sounds interesting. Ooh, I like this. What a interesting scent. I really get the books, the lavender, and the coffee. It's really good. I might consider getting, I mean, realistically, I'm not buying any L3 for a while, but eventually when I do, I would get that. Today is October 3rd, and vanilla balsam. I love vanilla balsam. Ooh, this is good, but honestly, I'm mostly just getting the vanilla balsam. I'm not really getting the, today is October 3rd, so we'll see about that. Oh my gosh, Steph the Sun of Gemini was talking about purple sandalwood. So this is purple sandalwood, Boom Boom, and Palo Santo. I forget, I think she just got, I was watching her customs video, and I think she just got purple sandalwood on its own. Although I'm not entirely sure now. And this is good. Wow, I don't think I've smelled anything like this. It is definitely perfumey. I'm not really getting Boom Boom or Palo Santo. Usually Boom Boom really sticks out to my nose, and I'm not getting it here. I'm just getting like a perfumey note, and I think it's just the purple sandalwood scent oil. Adipose, lavender, let them eat cake. I don't remember what let them eat cake is. I think it's a fragrance from, is it Bath and Body Works? I don't know. I'm mostly just getting lavender in here. It's good. Lavender, salty sea air, mac apple, and toasted mallow. I think I have this minus the lavender. So like mac apple and toasted mallow with salty sea air. And I'm actually not getting, I'm not really getting the lavender in here. The mac apple comes off the strongest. It's really good. If you love mac apple, that's a really good blend. And last is Love's Baby Soft. I think this is a dupe, or is it a dupe? Ooh, gosh, no, that's not for me. This is very powdery. Yeah, not a fan of that. But that's it. Those are my last 2 orders from L3. Although this is not going to be my last order ever from L3, probably, it is going to be for a while, because I am going to have to get through all of these loaves plus the ones that I haven't hauled from prior orders. So I just have no business even following their like scent lists and releases, because I got to get through these first. So let me know if you guys participated in L3's hauls or L3's releases the last few months, and how you plan on getting through her wax. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.